Саша, вторую на экран. Третья, привет.
It's Dyer's turn to ban.
Можешь программу брать.
It's Radiant's turn to pick.
Правильная. Вторая.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dyer should pick now.
5 не было.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Dyer's turn to pick.
Mars!
Вторая.
It's Radiant's pick.
Enchantress.
Нету пика на...
What's Radiant's ban plan anyway?
Riki.
Вторая.
Just who will Dyer ban?
Правильная.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Правильно, ты смотришь? Пока держим, Ник. Четвертая привет. Четвертая. Флажка вниз. Вторая. Девятая. Валера, так нельзя.
What's Radiant's ban plan anyway?
Вторая.
It's Dyer's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Dire's turn to pick. It's Radiant's pick.
Grimstroke.
Центральная при...
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Dire should pick now. Mariska has arrived.
Найс.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Эфир.
It's Radiant's turn to pick.
Bloodseeker.
Саш, дай Ника на экран. Третье превью. Держим. Саша. Дай Ника на экран.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Лера, эфир. Можешь программу возвращать. Саша.
It's Dire's turn to ban.
Третий эфир.
Storm Spirit.
Восьмая эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Девятая эфир. Возьми левых людей.
It's Radiant's turn to ban.
Лера, эфир. Третье,
10
сконцентрируйтесь на...
seconds.
Под зумом пролететь.
5 seconds.
Саша, ты тут?
It's Radiant's
Выдавай
turn.
Валеру на экран. Третий эфир. Отъезжаем на Можно динамит.
10 seconds.
9 привил.
5 seconds.
Эфир.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
Третья эфир. 8 эфир. 9 эфир. Тоже левых. Да, давай.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Choose your hero.
Валера превью. Валера эфир. Открывай пик. Вторая эфир. Четвертая эфир. Валера превью. Валера эфир. Превью. Давай, проходка.
You know, every time I hear Alan do a throw, I'm just thinking like the NASCAR. And it looks like here we have ourselves a start, everybody, coming to you from the 1940s.
Really? Because I always just think about that time I went with my grandma to play church bingo, you know. B52? I think he's a little more accurate.
Where's that? What's like the corny phrase? B52, B52.
Yeah. There isn't really much where to go with it. You could say, I don't know, G12. Like, this is it. We're not playing Scrabble toes. There's no words here.
Months of the year. You know, there's always that little catchphrase.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
With the bingo balls.
That's true. Yeah. I remember. I know what you're talking about now. There's like a rhyme. I don't have that talent.
B52, good flight history. Anyway.
Good Lord, Toby.
To the game, and thank you, Alan, for the never-ending supply of interesting things we never have.
Sometimes you really remind us you have been doing this for 15, 16 years.
Oh, no, man. But not as old as Alan. Yeah, so... Talk about
hang on. Before we get into that...
Before we get into the game,
I want to bring up...
What else do you got?
They first 2'd Riki, and Toby's like, Kyle...
Shut up! No!
What if they went void Riki? How would you... What if, like, they couldn't kill either core? He's void Riki. Why didn't they just go void Riki? He says.
Hey!
Jesus.
Hey! There is logic behind it, and actually it works with the entire lineup the business associates actually went with. They're hiding assets in other places. Brewmaster splits, hard to catch him out. You got Dark Willow, she goes to the Shadow Realm. You've got damage reduction, you got Storm to ball lightning away, and you got Riki to hide in his terrible cooldown timing of 12 seconds tricks of the trade. I'm just saying, like, very, very difficult, I think, to lock these heroes down
for sure.
Get initiation. And that's the point I was going with. Meanwhile, Mr. Bloodseeker, 19. Gonna have a year knocked off his life with this one, as he is definitely dead. And all the battle once again for the outpost, just like it was in game 1, it is here in game 3.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about this Visage pick. I'm not sure what the concept is that they're looking to counteract, because I guess it's good in a sense against Storm because you kind of want to be initiated on and you drop birds. It's very good against Lich, and I guess Willow too, because you can stun even through the Shadow Realm. But like Brewmaster loves playing against Visage, and I don't know.
You got to look at this from a different angle, though, guys. This is one of the heroes that Gippy likes to play, and it may just be that exact comfort kind of zone. He just had his lone druid game. Be feeling pretty good. Put him on the Visage. See how things go. Maybe this is just one of those times. It's like you just ask around. It's like, hey, Vasco, you play the hero you normally play all the time, so give me mine. It's actually funny to see Vance go back on like an Enchantress as well.
And Nine's doing really well in this mid lane. Storm can punish Visage really hard at level 1 if you get the creep advantage like he has now. And yeah, we'll see. The damage output of the Business Associates draft, that's what I think we got to look at, because both Riki and Storm take some time to get their DPS online, whereas forZe, to your point, you have a Visage, you have this engine, you can hit a tempo timing like 15-20 minutes and start bowling down towers. And that was a big part of why they were able to win that last game. So
yeah,
probably going for a similar concept here.
Yeah, you just need to get some CS into that Visage as well. I think he's missed 3 range creeps in this mid lane. And as far as denies go, like, Nine's taken 4 of the melee away from him too. And it's still not a fun laning phase, no matter how you look at it for him. I want to keep my eyes as well on Brax with his Brewmaster. Like, even when he was in previous teams that got disbanded for whatever reason, like, he always had like great itemization, was always that big solid hero you'd have playing the side lane. That's a little harassment exchange on the top. Brax is happy with this. He's going to salve up anyway.
Yeah, so far so good in the lanes for BA. We got to think of them. What's like a way to shorten them? Because Business Associates, BA, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, BA makes me think of like British Airways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like yeah.
I mean, I will say I have seen, you know, Moo, Jimmy, they both look great. Definitely been squatting. Maybe, you know.
Oh, that's so low on life, and actually with the strike. This is exactly what Winder was talking about. Having that double blink strike so early on in the game just allows Moo to chase down the heroes. There will, of course, be the rebuttal. Fear will lose his life to BZZ. Couldn't walk away from that Mars. But yeah, we'll find something for him apart from like doing it with like the horrendously crappy Biz Associates.
I mean, Biz ass?
Biz, no.
Bizazz.
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 Bizazz with the pizzazz? I don't know. We'll come up with something.
I get back to the drawing board with this one. This is definitely not the final finished product here. Grimstroke having a little trouble up on top. Feels the pressure, hence self-ink swells. The cinder continues to burn like a good curry.
All right. God, don't.
Hey, I tweeted out before we started today that I am in a bit of a funky mood. Don't ask me why. Just haven't been behind a mic for a while. No comment. Top lane, they're going in on Chewy. We'll tank.
You're fine.
Like it's like, oh, Kyle's now doing play-by-play.
Well, God, no comment. I'm trying to stay focused here. Top rune. Oh, Nine's gonna grab with the bottle. That's huge. That'll cement his lead here. 21-7 versus the 11-2 of the Visage.
That is definitely well worth a note, Kyle. Definitely well worth a note. I actually don't know how like Visage is meant to do anything in that mid lane.
Oh, Riki.
Oh,
whoa.
Spear. That had to be just short of the tree. And if Hadouken connected, and it was able to connect him on the tree, I think that would be one very dead move.
Indeed. It's the one downside of Riki, right? You have a lower HP pool, so yeah, you've got escape mechs, but that magic damage output starts to pack a powerful punch. And yeah, I gotta say though, it feels like once again BA, they had the edge in all 3 lanes, right? Not necessarily in terms of like skill matchups, but just they have the edge. The heroes are better suited.
Yeah.
Especially this, I love the brew pick against the Bloodseeker.
Do you actually, goodbye Fear, do you actually look to change the lanes up? Like
Much more.
you're about to have Visage hit level 6.
Yep.
Is that when you move with the familiars, you try and pressure these side towers and you give someone else something in mid, or like, what's the go?
You either jungle or you look to continue pressuring mid, because Storm has a very difficult time once the birds come up. You have options, right? And that's what it comes down to. Your big timing to go, though, is usually that HOD, though. Willow, you're looking for 6 on 9. One more creep, and then maybe they look to make a move here. He does have 4 charges of Grave Troopers, though. This is a strong hero. And yep, the shield.
I'm full lighting forward. And, well, Visage hit with Grave Shield, but then to the skate spear pulls him back in again. BZZ will arrive, hitting pretty damn hard with that God Tribute, but they've already lost. The Visage, a good spear. Perfect from BZZ. The Shadow Realm does not protect you from that control.
That was a miscue from Musa. I think he missed the Bramble on a non-moving target. Not ideal, but these things do happen. Bottom lane, you see Vanscore just pops out the tornado, so Moo can't really lane effectively. And now he's just going to freely CS. Nice rotate over mid by ZZ. They do lose the Visage. And this is the thing, if he's level 6 there, right, that is not going to be able to happen anymore. This Visage here will not die unless a Brax Brew rotates over with that ult.
They hit their timing just at the right moment. 6 is up, as you mentioned. Chu, after a little bit of harassment, and tries to Inkswell and buy himself a little bit more time. Brax playing the edge of it. The Blood Right's out as well, but the Silence just wait a little bit more time, man. Chu, I still can't believe he lives for so long. And he's had to sacrifice himself in order to get the kill, but just give something back to the team.
Radiant just fortified.
Pressure being applied to bottom lane by forZe. Oh man, ball lightning. That's confident to go forward into the double stuns, but maybe they get the familiars for it.
Oh, this is huge if they do.
Number one, you can vortex it back, so you get one.
Yeah. That's a nice job. You see that he stays close, right? Because the birds get your damage reduction from the cloak if you are in range. So ensures that you can't take both, but you always want to make sure you're within 1,200 units. That's also why you don't really see people playing with the birds on other corners of the map anymore. They're just way too squishy with 0 armor and only 500 HP once they leave the protective radius of their mama bat. Is it a bat? What is Visage?
I don't know. Also not really that important. Vanscore on bottom lane. Moo is able to pick up that kill. They get the follow-up screen stun. As Moose and Moo combine together. Get that slow block in. Sinister Gaze to pull him a little bit further away, but they don't really have a great amount of damage. They're not even having to go through the ball. Maybe now as Moo stays out of range. And it will be the 2 offlaners also who do go down. Now ball lightning towards the mid. So they go from one target to the next. Stone form. Drop comes down, but 9 able to jump himself further away. They're trying to help out the Enchantress nearby, but it's just not enough life. Yipki takes a fall, and then Vanscore will fall directly after him. And this is the snowball that could really be that big momentum player for BA, but they're still trying to fight. There's another TP on the way in, and that's going to be BZZ. That's one very far off arrow, spear. Don't downgrade his spear. And the familiar barely able to survive through it all.
Radiant's getting friendly.
At least I get a courier. That's not meant to be there, Moose.
Ruh-roh. I will say that is the right move, right? We talked about it. How are you going to deal with this Visage with the birds? Welp, it's going to be Brax with the split. It's the right movement. Unfortunately, they don't get the tower. They would have really liked to take that out because now Gipski, he doesn't have to fear any longer. He can keep this tower alive indefinitely while farming these 2 camps. And if you want to make a move on him again, you need that split. And it's still a ways away now. Due to the cooldown, Bloodseeker got a lot of space up top, bottom, some trouble for the Mars, but he looks like he might be. Oh my god, damage.
Yeah, it's so much. VZZ cannot survive for long enough for Vanscore to arrive, and he's always having these strikes from Moo. He can move from one target to the next if he wants to. While ball lightning, we're going once again. Chu try to throw out the stroke to buy a little bit more space, but familiar stuns just create all the space. They do get caught inside of one of the brambles, but they're fine.
You take this. Brax split in 50. He's got the phase. They're looking to control the outpost.
But you got Rupture available.
Trouble.
Just need one target to come close enough. Brewmaster does not have the split up and running. Chu gets caught by the Bramble.
Whoa.
Now the Rupture over on Moo. Not the target he thought he was going to get caught out by. He's underneath the Sentry Ward. So just tries to hide inside the tricks for the moment, but it won't matter. Still under Sentry, still under vision. And Moo will fall while inside the river. The rest of them moving over to chase Moose.
And we got Arcane Rune up on the Storm. 9 could look to get a little aggressive here. Play a bit fancy. Moose, as you said, he's in very much trouble. And he can't TP. Oh, wait, now he could. The spear.
Missing strokes, missing spear, missing stuns, missing a kill opportunity.
Oh, ooh, BZZ. That one is, let's just move on.
Foul ball.
I don't know. It's more of a strikeout. But, hey, split. splits up, and look at it, catapult wave. 9, love to get this tower. He's got the arcade. There he goes.
Jumping in, but ball sliding straight away. Even if he does, the arena doesn't really control him, so 9 gets some freedom, and now here we go again. Once in, he'll get the shield.
Careful.
Maybe with the terrorize, it's forcing forZe to run back behind that tier 1 tower. And that tier 1 tower, it is going to fall. The denial, it actually arrives from 19. But 9 still wants his own kill. Familiar drop down. It's a good stun now. The Chain Frost bouncing around inside the Dire team. They need to be able to split themselves up right now. There's just way too much damage coming. It's allowing Brax to move forward, killing off the Visage. They got through the big boy. Now towards who? What, Bloodseeker? Maybe he's the next big target. That is exactly who Moo is focusing on. That's why 19 tried to jump away, but Moo blocks him inside the trees. The Blood Ride's out, but he just dodges it with the tricks of the trade. Mars has fallen too. He needs the extra vision. The Familiar is blind setting, and he just jumps up so far. He did another strike in 2 seconds. A quick slow. 19 still in vision. Another jump up, and Moo's able to get the kill.
What is the range on that?
It's bigger than you think.
If only, Toby, if only. Oh man, they keep going for the Visage, but they get him anyway. They kill the tower, yeah, it's denied, but the team fighting for forZe, it's not there right now. They want to hit a double rupture combination. That's going to be big for him, but at the same time, these heroes like Storm, like Brew,
nice spear.
Split. Whoa.
Catching Ricky underneath the sentry wall. The T to hold him there, so Vanscore can do the damage. And that's why he tricks, blinks away, and he throws him over the wall! Got him.
Ugh, and yeah, you also saw the power of that Lich ulti, right? The full 10 bounces came out in that team fight, and it's that's a lot. There are 10 of them. 10 bounces times 250 plus an extra 15 per increment. That's, you know, 50, yeah, you know, whatever. It's a lot.
I'm sorry, were you about to do math?
I thought about it, but thank God I stopped myself before I got into that.
Yeah, thinking's hard. Rupture on Dark Willow, but hey, Shadow Realm TP out. It's a pretty damn good way of escaping that ultimate from Bloodseeker. Bottom tier 1 tower.
Indeed.
It is most definitely post.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, in BZZ, they're going to go for this rush blink on Mars. Even though it's the offlaner here, I just gotta feel like BA is a better read on what they want that offlaner to do. As you can see, you know, the Vlads pick up for Brax. It's all about those auras, especially when you have a team with a Visage on it. And you're gonna, I guess, you know what? I take that back. You'll have damage. You have a Grimstroke. It's just getting the initiation, right? So it actually works here. You have the maxed out impetus on Vanscore as well. You won't have DPS issues on this Dire team.
Hey, you know Brax, no matter what the game, he's still going to go for the aura build up. It just depends which one. It's just the way he plays.
Yep, there's the HOD as well. So if I get it online a little bit later than wanted. The net worth of the Visage is not really where he'd like to be, but neither is Moo on that Riki. But as we've seen, he still packs a powerful punch.
Hi, Vanscore. Hi, Moose. Who really wants this? Well, it's going to be 9 really wants this. All lightning's over, takes the kill.
That was a gift. And now regen 2.
And look at them go for it. They really want to try and fight this one. Brax just runs forward. So, all right, who wants a piece of this? I haven't finished up my Vlads yet, but hey, I'm ready. I love broom handles on Ricky. Take that 35 attack range for a melee only. Give him damage, give him armor, sure.
And why not?
Well, he's already able to reach you with a blink. Just increase that reach, make him more like a Monkey King.
9, I think, is going to be the key to this game. The Lone Druid was a lot more formidable as a counter pick. In this game, there's a limited number of stuns on forZe, and more importantly, 9 is just doing very well. He's had a ton of rune control so far this game. He's going to once again pick up the bounties here. And it's been very effective for them so far. And I'm just waiting to see where this Visage makes some moves. What creep did he go for here? He's got the control. Okay. So going for the control, but I don't know when they're going to make that move, right? You want to take out this mid tower. You always feel bad if the enemy side has yours and you haven't taken theirs. You can even see, just looking at the map, right, how defensively this forZe lineup has to play. I'd like to see them look to get aggro here as Moo up top is in some trouble.
He's fine. With the outpost being taken, like, he's very much aware that he's been watched. The before we managed to deward the sentry. Was hitting those next neutral item timings.
Yep, you've got the Bruce split active.
Going after 19. They got the extra control. The silence is over on the Dark Willow, however, so 19 trying to outrun this. Yeah, 9's just ruptured, so we just ball lightnings into the river, so we're totally fine.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
Not like he'll have another opportunity instantly coming back up again to use it. While up on top lane now. Business at it again. Vanscore completes his TP. They definitely want to grab themselves a core in the form of the Visage, but back behind the tier 2 tower.
But in base, BZZ just got his blink and he's looking to make a move. He's got the arena active. You got to be cautious here. You get too aggro on business, you get trapped in a 3-man, you are in trouble.
They do have a smoke to the on the Enchantress, so if they want to get out, of course there's no real Observer Wards looking for him, and they've got a great Dire Observer Ward. Brax moves as well as Fear. In fact, Fear's doing the dewarding for the moment, so they'll start it over on Fear. There's a heavy amount of damage. There's your blink forward. Can he actually get the arena up? Doesn't want to. Not on a Brewmaster. Rupture. Man, wish you had it right now. That actually would have been a kill over on Brewmaster. Yeah. Oh, I take back what I said before.
I mean, rupturing a storm in any case is probably a poor decision, especially if you are about to die. But this was my big criticism for him in that last game as well, where 19 had just issues over utilizing his resources, right? He's got BKB, and Aegis pops BKB just before he dies. These sorts of miscues hurt you in ways like we've just witnessed. I don't have Rupture, thus we miss a critical kill on a core. Or maybe you force the split, and then, oh, we can walk into Roche. You know, these little things do start to add up because you remove opportunities from your squad to make the best of enemy openings. Aquila now onto Mu. It's one of the better items for the Riki.
Got a 3-man smoke up. They're looking to try and lock the Riki inside the arena. Just dust him. The tricks only last for 2 seconds. You won't dispel the dust either, so you'll come back out and you'll definitely see him. But, unable to find the target they're looking for, but they see sentry on sentry. No information is given from this. Maybe you send a bird over there to get rid of it. But there is a Radiant Observe Ward just further to the north. It's going to time out in 10 seconds time. So a lot of information was already given. They're using the sentry of Fate. Blink, Spear, one very dead Lich. That definitely seemed way too good.
Fear might need to pay a little more attention to his gamer tag as he consistently wanders into the enemy jungle with courage.
So low 9. He was chasing him down into the river, and now they just root, they control. BZZ will get the ulti out. He's going to get a heavy amount of damage in towards Moose. And with some extra help arriving from 2, they'll get the follow-up silence. Try and break free. Brax does have the split of Babel. He'll actually end up triggering it as well. But 9 still ready to try and find BZZ. What do you want to even do here? Well, you can die. That's all you can really do. But a Euroscepter, Enchantress, snub towards the end. Not the Euroscepter, sorry, the Storm Cyclone. They'll kill off 2 back behind the tier 2 tower. Then move over towards Vanscore. Just 1 to the next. And 4 heroes from forZe do fall.
Again, 19 overextends, gets punished. His team tries to help. They die too. Again, 9 rune control, that regen paying off and helping them find a hell of a lot of bonus kills. Suddenly a 3k gold lead. And
9 was baiting him pretty hard though. Like, he was walking around on 300 HP. He's like, I am so low. If you can silence me, you're gonna kill me.
They have the stun in time. Yes, they will. This is the power of Bloodseeker Visage, right? You have so much control from the Visage, the damage from the Bloodseeker.
Yeah. Something back. Hey, look at that, Kyle. You can look at the bright side as well.
I am an optimist.
I am. Well, let's see this moment again. So that's 19 getting wrecked inside the river. Definitely was some hard work from BZZ, and maybe if they killed off Brax here, it would have been good, but it's just not damage. And also, look at the positioning, right? Where's the rest of the team? You're just asking to get caught here. You know that you have to kill him pre-split, and he had a 11 stick on top, just trying to make something out of nothing there. There is no brew, though, which means no split, which means no team fight, so it's finally time to let them clear out that mid-tower. Outposts are going to be split. Oh, they smoke underneath the Observer and Sentry. 9 just jumped himself forward away from the Dire Ob. So Dire actually have their own ward inside that Radiant Northern jungle. With so much information, business associates just move in towards the trees. They start preparing the remnants.
On a nether shawl on the storm. It's so good for 9 here.
They're not going to get their target. And thanks to that dire observer ward, they've already seen the reinforcements of BA coming towards the north, so quickly
Yep.
forZe move to the bottom lane.
Surprised, I have not seen many Manta rushes on Riki. It could just be a change that I haven't been paying attention to, but if you get backstab damage from the illusions as you land stuns, like, you will just absolutely obliterate this Visage, this Bloodseeker. It's all about finding the control for BA, and it looks like it'll be an Ags rush as well on the Storm Spirit right after the Bloodstone. I like this. I'm glad to see more Storms starting to do it, because at AoE control, especially in a game against Visage, like HOD creeps, like, it's just so much lockdown, and then all of a sudden the rest of your team just drops everything, the Lich ulti, the Bruce split, etc., etc.
I just kind of like it from the Riki just with the Manta, like how they're meant to silence, how they're meant to control him.
That's
like,
a good point.
Yeah, he'll just break free, and then Bloodseeker's control, like, it's already having a hard enough time against the Storm Spirit. It's useless. And against the Riki, he's just like, well, I'll just stay inside the Trickster as long as I possibly can. Obviously, the cooldown time is a little bit long. But BKB's almost done for the Visage.
It's going to be a big item. I don't know if I'm a believer in a BKB rushing Visage, however. Typically, you see this hero go for, you know, auras, minus or like solar crests. You're already kind of tanky enough, right? That's the idea of the cloak, and with that BKB immunity, sure, it's nice. You can ignore the
Like what, the Chain Frost?
brew, yeah, but
The brew control.
I'm not a fan. But you know, I've been proven wrong many times in the past.
When it comes to learning lessons, Kyle, you are definitely up there.
And it's just a question of whether this is the timing. It appears it might be. They have the smoke ready.
Well, the outpost has been taken by Storm under the cover of smoke, so I think they realize this is not the fight they're looking for. And Bloodseeker's trying to finish his own BKB, and he just did that, taking the farm on bottom lane. But you're seeing BA, they understand as well, like, they're just going to go in towards Roshan. Nice Enchantress creep waiting around. The Centaur Conqueror was in there, so what does forZe do instantly? 5-man smoke up, BKBs are up. This is when they want to try and fight, but BA have everything they need as well. Observers and Sentries are available, Brewmaster Split is up, Chain Frost is up, everything is up. They're all fakes, no one's attacking the fakes. Now that's the real Riki. To blink, jump forward, able to get the stun. That's a huge one over on the Brewmaster. Still waiting for that Arena of Blood to arrive. Brewmaster going to get the split off in time to keep the silence going just long enough. Grimstroke will lose his life for it, but that's definitely worth it. But the Brewmaster has that buyback available. He'll come back in the fight as quick as he can, thanks to the tier 2 tower. Riki getting caught over on the tree lines. BZZ trying to finish the job, and he's able to do that. Buyback also available for the Riki, while Storm 9 trying to finish off 19 at the moment. It's a battle of the numbers inside the river. He's able to move away from the Bramble, but now finally it will be the kill, but Visage, he can't kill off 9, or can he stun him? No! The Familiar did not have the Stone Form available. Back into the other side of the battle. Vanskor down to Brax. Is he able to TP away just in time? Buyback was expended from the Brewmaster and the Grimstroke to stay up for this.
Yep. The thing is, it's this Storm that's going to become more and more of a nuisance to this Dire squad. To your point, Toby, good initiation. They got the target they had to. If that Brew split comes off, your supports are no longer able to really play Dota. The BKBs helping to secure that kill. But it's the durations that I'm worried about now, because it's the first charge. You're going to have to do that fight again if anyone wants to actually get the Roshan, and the concern is just late game control for this Storm Spirit. It's going to get harder and harder to take out 9, and he continues to grab these runes. Another super strong one in the bottle, that Arcane. To have an Ags complete with this bottled up, that next 5-on-5 engage could provide a huge edge for the BA squad.
They just need to buy him the space, the time. The Familiars will check Roshan, realize he's back to full health. Nothing to be had there. Even the Inkswell was ready to get that quick jump. And I do like the way they combo. Inkswell onto Mars. Just let him jump in closer. Then he can time his Spear of Mars to get the second stun. I thought the Arena of Blood would have come down a lot earlier at the beginning of that fight, but they decided to hold it anyway. Arriving, so Telescope. I think Bloodseeker will end up holding onto that one, but Craggy Coat also arriving. Aghanim Scepter is done. They need their target, and they got him perfectly. Trying to take the outpost, the Aghanim's Vortex, it's your new electric black hole, and they'll go for the other one. Feared up Mars, unable to run away. locked inside the smoke too. It's a bad habit, and this will open up BA to go for Roshan. Kill off the golem, kills off the golem, and off you go.
Enrique does so much damage. Some of these there to tank, smacking them from the back. Really well played there by Business Associates. And you can just see 22 charges on the Bloodstone. He is feeling himself. And anytime you get a 2-hero pull with your squad behind you, those 2 heroes are almost certainly going to go down.
So much extra information too. Observe Ward was already watching it, so it wasn't even just seeing the 2 heroes. They knew no one else was standing behind them, and they stood on top of each other. No way they could have known about the Aghanim Scepter. That it was completed at least. We knew it was coming because he was showing some pieces of it.
Here I am.
But definitely catching forZe by surprise.
And again, a regen room, man. Like this guy, this guy.
Well, they do control the river.
It's a huge lead, and you do have the beginning. You got the Titan Sliver. Like, I'm looking at the Bloodseekers items. I'm looking at the Visage. I'm like, yeah, they're getting progress, but I don't know about this. Like, now we got phase boots on Visage with the clumsy net. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm selling this. I am selling this faster than Crypto in 2018.
I'm liking the Abyssal approach from 19 at least, but he needs more time to finish the job, and then at least they have something that might be able to lock down this Storm Spirit. But he's got a second life now. Having the Aegis Immortal up their sleeve. They're ready to fight. New items also arriving. Paladin Sword. I think Moon might be putting his hands out for that one.
Nice deny. Got the Diffusal up too. So all of a sudden, Grimstroke, Enchantress, effectively immediately feed if he hops on them and they don't notice for a second or two. I wonder what we'll go for next. Maybe that Battlefield. I think just a BKB at this point. Mindbreaker. Oh god, that's like the leaky item. Oh man. Orb of Destruction too. Jeez, how do you choose, Moo? Those are the two. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for the Orb of Destruction. Like the only item you'd possibly pick up over Mindbreaker here is that Orb, and that's just incredible. A budget Scotty for free on a hero that has Manta Diffusal already.
Why not?
It's like budget Deso and Scotty.
They actually got like the perfect items they need. Like you got Craggy, so killing off Brax is even harder because you just can't get through him. As you said, the orb over on Moon, that is what he chose to go for. And you've still got 9 holding onto his Nether Shore. He doesn't want to give up that tier 2 item just yet.
Also, I just said the Orb of Destruction applies Impending Corruption. Is that really like the best name we could come up with?
What, impending?
Impeding corruption.
Impeding. I'm about to say, because if it was impending, it couldn't apply to it because it hasn't arrived yet.
I guess it's actually accurate. Impede to retard in movement or progress by means of obstacles or hindrances. So the corruption aspect would be the minus armor, and the impeding is of course the slow. Okay, you know what? I take that back. Valve developer, you can fist bump in safety. It's a good name.
Look at that bottom tower, Jack.
I'm sure they need your approval.
They don't, but I'm gonna give it to them anyway. Hey man, why do you think film critics exist?
For their own self-worth.
Guilty. Mid lane?
Let me just do a food review. Yeah, Vanscore being attacked. Quickly one charges himself up. They dust up and they look for the Ricky, but I hate to tell you, but Moon's already jumped himself away, so now no dust available. The arena is going to be good. They need the silence. It's a good pushback with the spear. Keep trying to keep Brax on the side of the board. This creates a little bit more space. Where's that Brewmaster split to arrive? And he won't get it off in time. The Chain Frost will start doing its work for both BKB and Pipe, adding that extra protection, but Nine still wants a little bit more. But who's the target they've really got? They don't have the players anymore. Moo and Moose both down. Fear tries to complete his TP out, but the stun's available from BZZ. And now it's the Business Associates who are regretting their investment into that play.
And you look at the net worths, you can kind of get a feel for why that fight went the way of forZe, right? Yeah, sure, 9 is huge. But you look at these 3 cores on forZe, they still pack a punch, and Brax has fallen off the charts, right? 3K behind this Mars now. If Moo gets taken out, still very squishy with only 1700 HP, the damage disappears, and the rest of the team is soon to follow. The team fight from forZe is still incredibly powerful, especially during the duration of the BKBs, and this is exactly what you're doing. You go for the brew, he does not get the ultimate off, and that just changes this entire Moo is in, but again, just squishy hero, he's going to pop out and immediately just go down. Really nice bird stuns and blood rights throughout that engage.
So how do you actually like fix that damage output? Like we were actually discussing even storm builds before we even started today, and how it's not like the Kaya Bloodstone kind of approach. Like, does he still pack enough? Is there an item that's able to push him a little bit further? Because he's going Shiva's Guard as the next item, which still feels a little defensive and team fight control.
Yeah, but it's by far the best item here, just because of how it affects Visage Birds. Because their base attack time is so low, attack speed slow is super effective. In addition, it'll help you to just provide vision and just in general slow down the damage output. It's the only way you can, I mean, it's either that or AC, right? It's the only way to keep your teammates alive, because Storm isn't really going to be the target. They don't have this control.
Target 19, send him up and towards the air. Curse Crown gonna combine, but he'll just BKB and TP out, and Mood doesn't do enough damage and doesn't have a basher. No way to interrupt through that immunity, and maybe that is the other side of things. Like, well, okay, well this does work well, like with the what Dime brings, but then there's more pressure on Mu to find these items, to find this farm. So he starts packing a punch. He starts delivering in fights.
I mean, the Scotty's definitely big. They will outscale. That's the thing. This BA team doesn't have to fear the late game that much, especially considering, you know, these BKB durations are getting lower and lower. 7 seconds on the Bloodseeker, 8 seconds on the Visage, and it looks like Hex will be the choice for Gipkey. But that makes sense, right? You got a Grimstroke. Why not? Double Hex, or like double kill. Another regen for the Storm.
It's like another smoke as well for Dire. Wait, hang on. They grouped up like they wanted to, but I'm not seeing anything.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, there's a smoke on Grimstroke. Okay.
And Wolf Creep is up. I like to see it. So much damage. Very relevant. You're playing.
It's scouting. That Wolf is done. It just got killed by Brax.
Damn it. Cursed. Poor cuddly little wolf.
Well, technically that was just the control. Like, almost Vanskor sending it to scout and die.
Hey. New birds summoned by what? Oh, I guess he just never resummoned when he got level 18. Interesting. Well, either way, the game pace is slowed down a bit. Roshan may spawn in a minute, and guaranteed in 4. Neither team really able to make a definitive movement, because you both have just too much to fear, right? Storm catches someone alone, they're dead. Whereas if forZe finds somebody, pop the spears, arena, BKBs, that guy's dead. And we can expect it to slow down until that Roche becomes an objective. I think that the sheep for Visage, that's going to be complete in just a moment. That could be, you know, a window for forZe to go look and get aggressive. And I don't really see anything that's special upcoming for BA. It will be the Orchid choice for 9, so you were asking for a little bit of control. There it is.
Yeah, that's what I was always wondering. Like, but the Orchids, like traditionally on the Storm Spirit, is that first item you get to continue a snowball momentum. So I'm wondering, like, with the at least like now, like you got like Bloodthorn options. Like, is Bloodthorn late game a good controller? Does he look actually just for the backline? Does he look for Choop? We were talking about like the need to for Storm to kill off Ancient Apparition in the earlier game. Is this now his next new target? There's now a perfect pulling forward. They've got the Dark Willow under control for the moment, and they're just spilling all the damage into the Shadow Realm area. That's up in the air. Down he comes, and Moose at least tries to make him work for it, but they worked. They got it.
Yep.
It's the laborers versus the businessmen.
I will say, I love the 19 item build here. You know, Mjolnir, BKB got the Basher. Now going for a Butterfly. No one really able to buy the MKB on this Radiant side. It's not something Riki likes until, unless he's forced to. And, that is the Visage power, right? Just melting down that tier 2.
And Ricky's trying to push back himself to the tier 2 tower on bottom.
Oh, what I miss?
Once again, the edge for forZe this game is the significant building pressure advantage they have. Riki, no matter how farmed you get, same with Storm, building damage isn't really in the cards for you. And 9, like this, he's just going to cut that mid-wave. Doesn't get the bounties, though. Would have liked to see him take those out first.
And you also can't cut it fully. It's a double catapult wave.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that Brax, I know he loves this pipe item. I would have really liked to see the BKB after the Vlads instead. Feels like the only fights his team's been losing are the ones where he just gets 100 to 0'd in the duration of a few stuns.
9's going out again. Wants to get those bounty runes he didn't get before.
Okay.
Yeah, they still exist.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Nine.
Quite a confident walk forward from Business Associates. Just like, all right, well, I guess they're all up on top.
Yeah, they're playing around their Storm. Who will be going for the BKB? Nine's going to be able to purchase it right now if he'd like it. Be interesting to see what he looks to go for. He doesn't have TP though, so he's got to be a little cautious here. And Roshan, luckily not spawned yet. 1 minute to go. Otherwise, this Radiant squad would be very out of position.
Yeah.
Moo once again saving for buyback, as is Brax, as is Fear, as is the Storm. So you got to be very cautious as far as that. You blow all your BKBs and your big cooldowns, maybe you kill the Storm. That buyback could be just as devastating as, say, a Spectre in the late game, and all of a sudden you're going to lose 3, lose 4 on the turnaround. And Roshan is an objective.
They are waiting so long for that objective too. Like, they could cut the mid, they could take the top, but the bottom lane, because it's pressured so far with the double.
Brax.
And now, yeah, Brax overstays its welcome. He could potentially just try and split himself out of this one. The Hex is up from Gipkey, and the silence control. Everyone has arrived at the right time. Brax is down. They brought that tower to 2/3 of its HP. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Ricky looking for his own little play up against 19. But, well, he's having some trouble. He's ruptured. Now the smoke screen, silenced as well. And they're going to get themselves another kill. This core has no buyback available. And Roshan's got a hell of a lot safer because he's spawning right now.
These no BKB strategy for BA is not working out so well for them. Like, they lose 2 cores to effectively just, I don't know, like almost laziness. They're just getting caught out straight up. And they're going to lose the Roche now too. Moose will do his best to cut this bottom creep wave, but it's going to be an Aegis on your Bloodseeker. He has the Abyssal finish, didn't go for the Butterfly. Don't mind this because you don't really want a slot since you need to be able to pick up that Aegis. Plus, you're killing stuff, right? Now you get that extra lockdown. It's not the damage or survivability that you're lacking. It's just that ability to kill a Riki, to kill the Storm, get that Rupture off like he did middle. And yeah, you got Hex too. Like, the control's here. It's time to go if you're forZe.
Yep. This is exactly the window they wanted. You don't need much of an advantage when it comes to golden experience, but you'll take what you got. But can they break the base? Can BA get some level of defense up and running? I'm still looking at Storm Spirit as well as Dark Willow playing around on the bottom lane, just trying to add that little extra pressure just to look for a trade-off. Like, that's all that really creates. It just creates a trade.
Here we go. The march high ground begins, Toby.
Smoke screen's down. A little bit of ranged chip onto the Bloodseeker. Just keep the silence going, and Storm Spirits straight in and out. That's a lot of Remus through some pop damage. Not to mention that Vortex control. He needs more mana. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, the Creepway's pushing in. Moose has taken the tier 3 tower on bottom lane. And this is where forZe, like, the question, can they break the base? What's the trade-off going to be like? They're probably going to lose, yep, they lose the Familiar too. No resummon available. This is not the game of trades they wanted to have, but they can look for the fight now. Under the sentry ward, they see Moo very clearly. The wall is up perfectly from BZZ, but Brax gets the split off. Couldn't get the control. 9 will die in the back lines, but now Moo, Elder actually blink strike himself outside of the arena. Brax needs to get the hell out of here. That Soulbind not really stopping the move back. A quick little jump to the tricks and trade. Mars under the tier 4 towers. Here comes 9 once again. Here's the electrical vortex. 19 losing his life so quickly. Just one ball lining up the other. They'll break the Aegis Team all. BZZ, he's caught on the wrong side of the high ground. And now the BKB 19, he waited at least for the Aegis Team all the time out. And that will protect him long enough to complete his TP away to safety. But the high ground remains intact for Business Associates.
Yeah, that's the key. And I'm surprised if he had that Lincoln's up. He didn't buy the Lincolns on the Storm. That's the reason he goes down there. Really nice play, though, from the Grimstroke, just to hide out and catch him with that silence to set up that sequence. You only lose 2 for 2 buybacks. You take that all day if you're forZe, especially because now the win condition's live. Kill Storm, you might just straight up win the game.
And you see, like, he's like, all right, well, screw any kind of buyback. It's on cooldown anyway. Just buy up the Lincoln Sphere, get that last bit of money. Just get into the back lines. Business will take the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Mars still dead for 30 seconds without buyback available. forZe have some really good wave clear, however. Through both Blood Ride as well as the Stroke, they can just destroy any creep wave that comes their way.
But you gotta be careful. Always the threat of 9 somewhere on the map, and the boots of Shaco picked up. Don't you just give those to Storm?
Is he witless?
Witless Shaco, yeah. They look. It's a boot.
It is definitely a boot. I cannot disagree with this. Actually, is it one boot or is it boots?
Over here now.
Is it plural?
It's just one, I guess. Oh, it's a hat. Oh, it's a hat. It's not a boot. It's a hat. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it is a hat.
Anyway,
It's got a little feather in it. Of course it's a hat. It's got a feather in it.
another leveler.
And now a Minotaur Horn. That's a nice thing. That's a very, very nice thing
Thank
for Brax
God.
to have. But then
Finally.
again, wait, no. He doesn't want it. He's like,
Okay.
no, Craggy is still better.
Yeah, and
so he'll
I've
give
also
it,
got a
give it to the
BKB, so
yeah, give it to the Storm.
I actually love that. That's huge because now your Storm, you don't really need a BKB in this game, but the fact that now he can break the silence and just get himself out is huge.
So he gets that, and he actually turned off his BKB. He's going back for that Blood Form.
Yeah, it straight up changes this game. It's also a 20 strength boost, right? Straight up raw health is never bad for a Storm.
Well, the leveler has arrived. It's in the hands of Visage, though. I don't think he actually wanted it. I think he sent it back.
Let's see, they kill the Arcane Rune up top there. It's so sick of 9. Getting these runes. DD on the Bloodseeker, has the Mjolnir. Leveler in the backpack just in case they get into the base. And there's that wolf I was waiting for Gipkey.
I really do like actually like Havoc Hammer working with BZZ on that on Mars. Get the knockback. I want to see some cool wall plays, please.
That's a good point. I've never seen a Mars with Havoc Hammer. This might get interesting. Top lane.
We have the magic plan. Lob it and hope for something else. Enchantress.
Gotta be careful. Chu is not mid, remember. It's a potential 5-on-4 scenario. They know where Dire is. They're gonna smoke up, but look at this. You've got wards behind you, and they might get caught in the center of a trap here. As you see Brax, he's got a BKB now and a gem, so he's indestructible. Nope, he'll TP out. Thought they might look to get frisky here, but with 2 heroes in base and no buybacks, right? You don't want to make any sort of critical error. And
This is exactly what you want. You want them chasing around the map looking for a new target, right? Okay, no Aegis Immortal. You still got the cheese that will last forever until consumed. Just wait out the time. Roshan may respawn in 2.5 minutes. Accept the status quo.
Moo's gonna have his BKB. He needed one desperately. Maybe saving for buyback. I really hope he just picks it up because there's sometimes I'd agree you want the buyback, but in this kind of game, just have the items. You're going to need to win that initial fight. Buying back, they're going to have enough catch now. It was different before, but now with the Hex up on the Visage, just all these items, these levels, you're not going to win a fight if your Brew ult is down. But hey, anything could happen, right?
That is how late game Dota works, Kyle.
Hashtag never give up. AC soon to be complete on Visage. What's so funny, Toby?
I just made me think of like after our conversation in game 1 where I tweeted out, it's just like, yeah, it's never over. And people just like, well, Dota's over.
You know, it isn't. It's never over till it's over, as Yogi Berra would say.
Really?
Yeah,
Yogi said that?
Yeah, Yogi said a lot of them. One of my favorites is, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Which is, like, true.
It's like a Yellowstone kind of quote. Like, that's...
He's brilliant. Anyway.
Of all people to quote, it's like, you know what, Kyle, he's pulled out philosophers here and there, but now Yogi Bear.
No, Yogi Berra.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, that was a very philosophical bear.
Oh my God, Toby. Oh, I can't even talk to you anymore. My job, God damn. Hey, but we got a fight coming mid. They're going for the tier 3 here. Glyph forced. Tag in.
Blood Ride just tries to create a little extra space. Thanks for the bump. Now the WWE. Storm Spirit straight through the middle of everything. And TP's all the way home. No way to control or catch. And once again, all these familiars has to resummon before a fight's even going to begin. The tower is pretty low. They won't need to deny it. It will be the first tier 3 tower to fall.
Look at these auras. Just look at the birds, right? Pipe Cloak, Vlad's, AC, Helmdom, Wolf. This is go
Go again, BTZ. Oh, the BKB. Rax gets it off just in time to get hit by the spear, but 9. It's a 3-man vortex in the back line and the 2-man terrorize. Vanscore is still going to be free, but Ricky, not a healthy man. Low on life, he got ruptured up. That's why he's having a hard time surviving through this, trying to hide himself inside the tricks of the trade. But another jump forward. It'll be 19 who gets the kill with the Blood Right. Buyback now going to come in from the Ricky Maru. Have they got enough power? Mars just moving back. Storm Spirit, vortex forward. Another 3-man here, going to catapult to work with, but 9, he gets stunned up. They were ready for him. 19 was there, waiting for him to move back, able to get that big hit stun out. And now it's going to be Storm Spirit dead for 2 minutes. They have broken the back of the business associates. Someone get these guys a VC. They need a last round. Are they done yet, though? You've got a 2-minute window. You definitely want a second lane of Rax here.
This is leveler swapped in, and it's go time. Man, with no Storm, how do you defend this? No split. Moo, he saved for the buyback there instead of purchasing the BKB. Now he's respawned, sure, but without a BKB, how do you actually engage? How do you deal damage as this Riki? That's 2 racks. Yep. Might even be more. They know he's got a buyback, 90 more seconds.
He would have bought back by now if he had it. Then again, maybe not. The Brewmaster split with it being down. Maybe you don't feel like there was a fight to be had. That BKB is now, as you said, like this overall move. And they're looking for their target. Visage slightly isolated on the side because they can't initiate. They have to let Megas come up and then look for the last Hallelujah fight. Visage, he's baiting. He's still got the cheese, remember. It's going to be so hard to get from BZZ. A perfect arena. Whoops! Oh, Spear goes all the way back into base where he's not safe. He'll still end up going down, and that's the game. 4 heroes will die. 19 is hunting them inside their own fountain. It's a beautiful vortex. Maybe there is a little bit more. 9, what have you got? He's got a kill over on 19. So they need to get a little bit more than this. Tier 4 towers will help him with a fight. Lich will buy back. It really ain't over until it's over. Visage, there goes the cheese. They finally break through it. The Chain Frost bouncing back up. It's going to stick with the Visage. 9, he needs the extra control underneath the Tier 4 towers. Keep Visage up. Just keep bouncing around, keeping the mana going. In fact, you'll actually go to the Brewmaster split. There's just stun control to try and keep the Visage under wraps. He tries to just get himself away. The flicker does not go the way he wanted to. Staying inside the base. So Megas are up, but Dire have retreated for the moment. They held tight. Storm got his buyback. Lich got their buyback, and they at least keep the Tier 4 towers intact. But I don't know how much longer they can hold on.
Neither do I, Tubbs, and man, it's just rough. It feels like you don't have damage any longer, right? forZe, it comes to me it's about the auras, right? You have an AC advantage, you have the Abyssal advantage, the BKBs are up first, and yeah, you know, you're taking an engagement. It is 45 plus minutes into the game. Your hard carry Riki doesn't have a BKB as the enemy team walks up the high ground. That's not going to go well for you.
Can they do Roshan quickly? I suppose like you still got buybacks over on forZe, so they can just buy back and contest you for Roshan. But it feels like PA do need something insane, and there is an Aghanim Scepter upgrade.
Yeah,
sitting on that.
You also got to wonder if perhaps if there was a game for a Battle Fury Riki, an item that I've like not really understood. This would be it, right? Like all the birds around, he's consistently getting tricks of the trade on like 15 things. There just isn't any damage output coming in.
Rax had to burn his BKB once again. These birds are just watching Roshan, so they're sitting in the nice little courier hole from before. Bloodseeker will move in as well. Watch 9 scrambling the defense.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Just inside of his own fountain. At least he had regeneration there.
Yeah, I think if that second bird got the stun off, I don't think he expected the first one to land, right? But might even be able to kill him there. That would have just straight up ended the game, but they're going to look to do that at this Roche pit. You got to fight this if you're BA, but it's a lot easier said than done.
I like how they got the health increase too. You'll take it. Granite Golem working together. Here's a couple of fake Rickies. Besides the only one inside the pit. Roshan on 2/3 of his HP. BA can't stay out here too long though. They know the Megas will push in on them, and in fact it looks like forZe want to try and fight. They smoke up themselves. Look for that blink arena. Bramble is down. Visage Caught inside the smoke. There's your first stun out over the Bruma. Once again, the BKB going to work a great vortex and the arena. Everything together. Terrorize trying to create a little bit of extra space. But have they got enough damage to really get through this? The Storm's down to half of his life, while Ricky, controlled on the outside. Moon's already gone down. He was their primary source of damage. Maybe the Chain Frost can now do something. It's going to be a full bounce. They're not moving away. It's 9 drags and everybody back in again with another vortex. He's got no mana. He's bone dry. And 9 will die inside the river of thirst.
The base is what Toby needs to
GG.
force.
That's it. They can't defend this. They really can't defend this. They'll call it.
Правый превью.
Man, that is a hell of a performance from forZe. After that first game, I had already written them off. I was like, oh, there's no way. Like,
And action all over again after game 1, but hey, game 2, game 3. Feel that whiplash.
If this isn't the story of the scene, it reminds me of my playing career. We were, I think it was
Can we have a story that doesn't include your playing career, please, Kyle?
We were like 10-1 in game 1s and like 0-11 in game 2s. And alas, BA having similar issues. Business associates. It's time to go back to the boardroom, pull up the whiteboard, order some sandwiches, and figure out what went wrong here.
And we went to IPO too soon. And, well, forZe, this is what I like about the CIS teams. You give them something. And the Visage pickup, you find that comfort zone. You find what they want to do. And it wasn't the old classic.
If you're looking for Radiant's bottom tower, better hurry. And here's a
Come on, line BKB.
Проблемка небольшая с Tower Damage, но
Still sticking.
They love this tier 2.
Want to take this? It's apparently very important to them.
He does claim a lot of the jungle power, and Medusa is notorious for coming back from her jungle. So even though they may not, even though it's taking forever to push this tower, Medusa does not feel safe farming on like the southern half of the map. So I guess it's kind of working. Although Medusa is now top net worth, so.
Так, ультимейт спектра полетел. Драться.
No reality. They just want to know where everyone is. Oh, never mind. They managed to find out the Pangolier,
Тоже было небольшое нападение, но все-таки здесь у нас уходит игроки.
That's a heavy cooldown.
Manta style. Limp BKB down gold away from it.
Телепорт. Нечем, к сожалению. Дизраптор.
They have no abilities that go through BKB. One of the reasons why he decided to rush it.
Вообще под Т2 зашел.
The same concept that we saw in the Astro game, except SCC was not nearly as farmed that game, but the idea is you just want to make as much space for your Medusa as possible. You want to live through all these fights, you want to draw as much focus away, and then your Medusa will eventually win the game for you.
Exactly, you are not the real carry here.
Ну, нет никаких хилов, к сожалению, у команды Lions.
Hey, they finally get this tier 2. Hanskin's gonna... Oh, the last hit from the melee creep actually manages to outsmart that 9 KJ immediately tips Hanskin. What a player.
Кстати, есть философский камень у Альянса.
Alright, well now...
То есть даже дизраптора нет.
top half of the map, as that tier 1 still remains.
Ну да, Феникс не особо нужен.
Пик не нужен, да.
Есть Fire Spirit, и есть всегда какие-то магические способности. Тем как мы видим,
Still pretty even game in terms of net worth. They have one smoke to work with. They just need to outpush the mid lane, so it's not going to be that obvious. Also, setting any kind of vision near the.
Когда не бьет,
I'm sure this is going to turn into a push. I think they're maybe expecting an outpost challenge, and it does look like Alliance may oblige, as Tavo does not have a blink dagger. So he has Stampede, they see a handstand, picking up the boundary ring, they get the cold snap, Stampedes through the kinetic field, but the glimpse will send Tavo back. Tornado, EMP, clips only onto Fada, who gets all of his mana burned off, but immediately mangoes up. And no outpost challenge. However, that also means that both outposts went to no ping for this 20-minute mark.
You can see the way Alliance uses this info. Medusa instantly TPs to the bottom lane and gets the farm. Now she's just gonna start
farm.
the farm.
All your jungle camps are blocked. And now a 40R, he knows that Medusa left. They have vision. They get the haunt off. Right on the Nico baby. He's not gonna be able to escape. He goes through with the 4-step. Heal from the Phoenix does finally come in. Tornado clips the Phoenix though, and down goes the Medusa with the deafening blast. Costebio will pick up the last hit. And no chance for a Phoenix Supernova as all of the Alliance were up top just momentarily ago to get that boundary rune. And like you said, Medusa had a great read, but Milking had an even better read.
I don't think that's the target that you want to go for. Centaur with the hood and Vanguard, way too tanky. It's going to be a free tier 2 tower. Spectre getting closer to that diffusal blade, then supports need to be careful. As goes for Medusa, has that 20% evasion talent on level 10, but it's not enough items, even though she's still on top of net worth. Now Spectre is number 1, but still itemization, like this Hurricane Pike, yeah, it's gonna give you survivability, the kiting potential, some cheap stats. But can you out-farm the Spectre who has Diffusal Blade and Manta 20 minutes in?
If Alliance were as good at stacking as they were in the first few minutes, then yes. But now that No Ping have been so good at challenging the jungle, it seems like Medusa is just not going to be able to keep the pace.
All these pieces are coming together for No Ping. Tavo finishes by building the Crimson Guard to mitigate the damage from Medusa split shot. Spectre about to finish Diffusal Blade. Mech completed on Snapfire.
Whoa, they want to try to go aggressive onto this Centaur who has the high lead. As well, still thinking through all of this, and yeah, No Ping's not going to help him. It's too intense of a commitment from Alliance. They are willing to give up that Centaur.
Spirit Vessel doing God's work. Both teams. It's been a while since I saw Spirit Vessel being picked up by both teams.
So valuable for both of them, though. Being able to get the Spirit Vessel plus the Sunrays, great Phoenix, and obviously a Cold Snap Spirit Vessel is an incredibly powerful combo.
Nico Baby уже поставил рапиру Quickbuy. Не знаю, это шутки или нет.
And now Diffusal Blade completed by Spectre. What's the cooldown? Haunt. Yeah, 2 seconds. Alright, Haunt is back online. Centaur is going to be back in 5 seconds. Stampede was used, so it will still be on cooldown for a little while longer, but to me this looks like as good of a signal to go for a pick as possible.
Передумал.
What has Invoker been doing, by the way?
BKB.
Ну что ж такое? Не, ну понятно, что на самом деле рапира это всегда здорово, но в этой игре
want to be able to like just stand the ground. Once again, they have no ability besides Rupture that go through BKB.
Spirit Vessel BKB, that is one hell of a build from an Invoker.
Выиграть игру, а тут, к сожалению, до этой вероятности.
So far, so good. It's working for actually 5-1-5 on that Invoker. They need to outpush the lanes, use that Haunt, get the advantage.
Yeah, because unfortunately, as great as things are for No Ping, they're not good at taking Roche. This is not a good Roche taking team. And Alliance, they can take Roche much more easily with just like a simple pickoff. So, activated, they want to see who they can go for, they find the Phoenix, Phoenix ends up Icarus diving away, activates the TP, but that's not going to happen. 33 knows better, not going to activate the Supernova, no point, especially once they snap fire right next to you, and they get a kill, but it's a pretty expensive cooldown. Haunt being used just for a Phoenix, not the best pick. Ideally, they're going to find a Medusa, but they will claim that kill and immediately move on to the top of the tier 1 tower as Enchantress, a long way from her home. She gets picked up in the mid lane.
Glimmer Cape is cool, but they have sentries, they have Thunderstrike, which gives true sight, same goes for Bloodseeker's passive. If you drop low, surprised that Invoker did not pick up level 15 talent, the Cold Snap cooldown reduction. You can skip the talents, you don't necessarily have to take bad level 10 talent, it's not that great.
Yeah, he skipped the 15 though, that is surprising. And he has his BKB completed on the Invoker, so I guess they're just going to wait until Haunt comes back. Took the tier 1 tower top, did not want to move on further.
Here it is, Hurricane Pike, Manta style, has Rapier queued up on Dusa.
Wow.
Here it
is, I guess.
The first one.
Oh, okay. You have a lot of hope in this alliance plan, then.
Pupil's Gift on Medusa, I really love that one. Gives you a lot of strength if you think that intelligence is strength as well.
Yeah, exactly. So much effective HP for an Agi hero. Take advantage of mana like the Medusa. I don't know if I'm very on board with no ping just kind of being like, Haunt, let's go, yeah, super combat, and then once Haunt is on cooldown, they're like, alright, cool, let's just chill for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, I believe they should be fighting more, even when Haunt is not up.
33, damage from the Invoker, but it's just Invoker, activates the BKB, Deafening Blast as well. Invoker gets ruptured, so his BKB is only going to protect him so much, he's running through all of it. He activates the Ghost Walk until like 1 HP. Dude, you're in 3rd division.
I don't think he understood that he was ruptured.
Yeah, he just sprinted that entire rupture with his BKB. Assuming that it gave him immunity, I have no idea.
I didn't know it gives you damage immunity.
Yeah, pure damage means nothing.
I mean, he could not TP, to be honest. There's a basher on Bloodseeker, but he could still try.
Chance, yeah, and there we go. Immediate movement into Roche. Bloodseeker plus Medusa and plus the disarms from Tango, they can take Roche very easily. But why not go for some kills instead? Fada's under attack. They find the Overcold with the Snapfire. He gets glimpsed back. He will be the victim in this rotation. They're not going to use Static Storm. They will save that for a initial Roche fight. As Haunt comes in, now Fada will activate the Static Storm. As Reality comes in, he will die to the Dispersion, but they caught the Spectre, and that's all you really need. In comes Mortimer Kisses, and that Reality was the death of that Spectre. Down goes the Snapfire as well, and things are spiraling out of control very quickly.
That's why I said they should keep fighting without Spectre ulti, because they can't do things like this if it's not on cooldown.
I mean, they used the Haunt, but Spectre was up there on the high ground all by her lonesome. Great patience by Fada to not pop his Static Storm on that Snapfire kill. Snapfire's not worth it, but if Spectre haunts on you, you can be damn sure that he'll pop all of his cooldowns immediately. They will successfully take the Roche. Nico Baby will claim the Aegis, and the net worth has now swung in favor of Alliance. Not dramatically, but you can tell that some serious damage has been done.
It feels like no ping is on the clock right now.
Yep.
You have Medusa, who's about to hit level 20, getting closer to Divine Rapier with Aegis, and all it takes is one bad fight.
Very tanky, but also
very dead. He uses ulti, there's another silence.
Не опустит, что один из кентавров, наверное, 50 секунд. Да, много на него потратили. На него потратили сколько? 2 ультимейта.
Titan Sliver in the inventory for the Medusa right now, another great item for her. Sends the Spider-Legs back home, and now she can get that to the Pango or the Bloodseeker.
Только откатился у него.
And now 33 Supernova is becoming a bigger and bigger issue. You always have Snapfire's little shredder, but still.
We haven't seen her using the shredder to kill the egg. I mean, you can't kill the egg if 33 is not using egg, that's pretty smart.
I mean, he was more than happy to use it on that Centaur kill. He was like, oh boy, finally a chance that I can use it and not immediately die. Tornado on the mid lane. Surprised his mid tier 1's still up, but may just be a bait. Yolo gets to the high ground. They're under vision. They get the glimpse. He will go down.
И уйти на телепорте, в итоге его сбрасывают с ХГ и отправляют в таверну совсем другими
Map starting to get very small for no ping.
Очень-очень далекими, потому что 43 секунды придется в этом пути провести.
Seems like we have this little meta already being constructed throughout this tournament. Bloodseeker and Medusa, where you just doesn't matter how far behind you're playing from. It's the ability to come back into the game. All it takes is one mistake. You go into road, you get that Aegis, and once you get Divine Rapier,
BKB activated on the Invoker. He does manage to kill off Fada, and that static storm is not going to really stop anything. Although a nice Stone Gate stops a bunch of no-ping heroes on the high ground. Alliance feel confident though. They have the Aegis. They want to keep fighting. Nice 2-hero hook stomp. And the EMP, Ice Wall as well. Nico Baby's going to be able to get out. Does not lose that much mana. Limp activates his BKB. He's just going to run out.
Defensive egg.
That's going to make sure that no-ping does not want to chase any further. Only end up losing the Disruptor, and that costs a BKB charge for the Invoker.
Double damage Medusa. Getting closer to that Rapier. If she sells 2 raid bands, she's going to have enough money.
ТД есть у Нико Бэйби, он сейчас прям...
The combination is, it doesn't seem like, if either of them have a bad game, it's not that big of a deal. The other one can pick up the slack. In the previous game with Aster, it was SCCC's Bloodseeker who was just doing miserable, but the Medusa was doing great, and the combo still worked. Here, I wouldn't say Medusa was doing bad. Medusa was doing fine, but definitely not as good as the Spectre was. But Bloodseeker was getting tons of farm. He was all over the map. Now they find Fada yet again, but he gets a nice kinetic field off before anything happens. The DD room is still active right now on Nico Baby. Limmercape can briefly save Toggle, but that is way too much damage. Deathing Blast comes out a little bit too late, not able to disarm. And oh my god, KJ just narrowly dodges the Rolling Thunder stun. He will successfully be able to TP, but the Centaur and the Spectre both die.
If it's time to finish this game, even though they're 2k ahead only, now it's the time. They still have minutes and 30 seconds left on that Aegis. Rapier is purchased. This is level 10 talent with 20% evasion doing dodge work against any physical damage doing cores.
Yeah, even Spectre can't successfully get these Diffuser Blade mana burn attacks off.
You have mech on Fango, Vlad's giving you extra 25% lifesteal. Anything you kill with the Blood Rage, also giving you lifesteal.
Yo, is Invoker gonna Sunstrike his range creep? No.
Бафа Bloodseeker.
Comes back. Range creep will die, but unfortunately I think all your Rackets are gonna go down first. This arm comes out on Medusa, she's not able to burst that off.
Purchase it off with Manta, that's -2 set of Raxes.
I'm really surprised that 40R did not Sunstrike that could have saved their back protection.
Сложно было, кстати, еще момент там банга немного не попал ультимейтом по Enchantress, могли бы ее отправить. Там сбили бы телепорт.
And that's a clean escape by Alliance. No casualties. Spectre does end up spotting out Bloodseeker though. Gets the Diffusal Blade slow. BKB activated.
TP out.
Immediate TP out. No way to cancel that.
Дадут, конечно, аванпост команде.
The game's getting much more difficult now for no ping. Full Rax claim. They are 6k net worth down versus a Medusa with a Rapier. Not a great place to be.
Even if you kill Medusa,
плюс еще, кстати, имеется Владимир, ну вот.
Yes.
like Spectre with Divine Rapier, does that sound extremely scary?
Sounds like a liability.
Not really.
Лайфстил хотя бы.
However, Snapfire.
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking.
Ну что
Get her talent. She has the talent that turns Shredder into attack damage, right?
Эгис кончился, это понимает, но пинг.
Little Shredder uses your attack damage level 20.
Найти кого-то в смоке, но Альянс тоже.
Rapier Snapfire level 20 talent. Let's
Все
go.
понимаю. Дождались БКБ у Нико Бэйби, и Нико Бэйби уже теперь может, наверное, выходить подставляться. С БКБ вряд ли его заперстят.
Ну да. 1880.
Nico Baby does not have buyback money though, so
He bought a BKB.
he commits to an item. That means if he dies, he's dead for
Да, с
good.
этой Медузой справляться сейчас команде Ноупинг крайне сложно.
Alliance right now doesn't necessarily need to be aggressive. If they can get a pick off bind, turn that into tier 2 kill, or go for the top set of racks since lane is pushed in. You can just try to choke them for another 2 minutes, see if Roche spawns, then go for it. But move as a unit, that's what matters.
Если найти хорошую цель,
no man left behind. Especially Fada. Fada seems to be tanking all of the focus of no pings initiation. And they are doing a good job of protecting him, because every time he does get initiated on, at least he's able to get like the kinetic field off, and the rest of the lines are able to converge on the target.
Но Дизраптора там реально на реакции
KJ trying to do a little bit of creep cutting.
И там
dает protection on that tier 1 bot, and it is claimed.
Да, кстати, а что у нас?
He's just getting larger and larger. He's gonna have his buyback money in no time at all.
Там закончился матч. Кто победил?
Whatever happened to all the global potential? I haven't seen a haunt into a kill at all. At this point, it seems like they just want to use haunt for team fighting.
Кики на визаже это не на медведе. На медведе 100%, а вот на визаже...
That's a good question. I see blade mails being queued up. Centaur has one. Otherwise, with chances buying BKB in this game. Like that's a position 5 and
maybe she thinks he's
Заходите, смотрите. Думаю, что это стоит того.
Yeah, I don't really know.
That much magical damage anyway.
No, and I don't really think he cares if he gets stunned. I guess maybe they were really worried about the supernova, and so like the attack speed from fire spirits they care about. I don't know. That's a very peculiar item choice. I feel like there are much better items that you could be buying as a 5-position enchantress.
Рошана ждут. Альянс ждут Рошана, им ничего не надо.
Like Lotus Orb, I think would be good.
Lotus Orb
Да,
would be
они
dope.
должны что-то придумывать.
Having a spell for your team, maybe getting a rupture on the Bloodseeker always sounds good. Dispelling the Spirit Vessel. I don't know about this BKB. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just getting mad.
Just don't look away. Click on someone else. Yeah, there you go. Look at all these mangoes. Nice juicy mangoes.
Oh yeah, 6 mangoes on Centaur. But if we go back,
no, don't click on Enchantress. Don't click on him. Post claims, they are ready to start sieging high ground, actually. Nico Baby is just rolling on up to tier 3 top.
And that's a 35-minute mark with 2 catapults spawning.
And Blood Rage. Dude, this tier 3 tower, someone needs to defend this.
Team? Anyone?
Question mark?
С Медузой.
Oh no, that's the worst glyph. Also, your tower just died. You don't even get the multi-shots. The siege creeps are still around. What is Dire doing? Trapped in the mid lane.
В это время на боте Спектра начинает также
I mean, that's one way of not dying if you don't take a fight.
Так, а все?
The best defense is to not fight at all.
На боте они могут потерять сейчас
You can't lose a fight.
по-моему, потому что там 2 телеги
нормально так
What's the best offense?
Here it comes.
Так.
There's the haunt. There's a hook stop that does not connect. Fada managed to get the Glimmer Cape. Immediate glimpse away, so Spectre is just teleported to who knows where. It's a cost of BKB activation from Limp, but at this point I don't really think we care that much.
Нет, на самом деле решение было хорошее, потому что они вот сразу же вниз, тревелов у нее нет, поэтому нужно нападать, пока Медуза нет рядом с командой. Попытались напасть, но опять-таки Фада очень много нажал кнопки.
Fada starting to de-ward on Dire's ground. They're just gonna chill.
Вернул именно когда пропадали уже иллюзии Спектры.
Да, и получается так, что ситуация стала очень
even if Roche does respawn, I guess Snapfire would be quite good in this situation, seeing as how there is no assassin. But it's not going to be an easy fight to win. Haunt is still down. How much more time until Haunt is down?
не основной.
Only 68 seconds. I've got to stay positive, that's why I said only.
Okay, I like the optimism. And when does Roche respawn?
И Скади появляется.
20 seconds. Okay, that's a tight window. Basically got 40 seconds with no haunt. And Alliance can definitely kill Roche in 40 seconds. That's assuming they know when it immediately respawns. Mid lane's inherently pushing because they took the racks. Same thing with top lane, so there's a lot of pressure elsewhere on the map. And a DD rune! Oh man, screw the Roche. Let's fight Tama. What have you done, my friend? This is not the fight that you want to take. He gets glimpsed back. Yeah, a little bit preemptive. He does manage to walk through the tornado, but he gets the rupture off onto the Centaur, who's just walking himself to death. DD Rune, Scotty, Blood Rage. Nico Baby is doing immense amounts of damage. Down goes the center. He buys back. Does not have an outpost to go to though. And Stampede is available though. Roche respawns. They get the Blood Rage on the Medusa. Still got time on this DD Rune. I don't really know if you want to fight face first in this all over again. Close to Beal. He walks in face first. Wow, okay, he gets abyssal. Nico Baby zoning literally out.
Was that Spectre? That was Spectre, yeah.
It was Spectre. Centaur, nice initiation on the limb, as well as some Mortimer kisses. They may be able to finally take down this Bloodseeker who spent his BKB on the first fight. He will die, immediate buyback, same with Fada's Disruptor, and same with the Spectre as well.
Close.
And now Spectre, she's, oh no, okay, she does manage to get up to the high ground.
But the glimpse
sends her back down again, and quickly keeps her up. Handskin taking a little bit of damage. Nice Sunray, but Costabil with that Spectral Dagger cooldown is just all over the map.
And now they can just go in the Roche pit. How low are they? Yeah, they're fine.
11 существ на карте живых сейчас.
I mean, Haunt is down, Mortimer Kisses is down, Stampede is down, but they are going to respect this. You do have a Rapier, and a Rapier is a huge liability, so if there's even the slightest possible chance that you may not win a fight, then I can understand why they're not going for it. Because, like I said, No Ping are not good at taking Roche. If you leave Roche as alliance, who cares? You're just gonna spend more time until you finally do get Roche, because No Ping can't challenge it. They can make it very difficult for you, but that's kind of hard when their top lane is pushing into tier 4s right now, their bot lane tier 2 is getting claimed.
They're just fetching for some info. If anyone shows on the map, they're gonna use that info, or they can just put Medusa inside. Like he's ready to get but she doesn't care about that mana burn at all. Someone's popping mangoes like who had like 4 mangoes?
The whole team does. Everyone's very ready for this EMP. I know the Phoenix had quite a few, the Disruptor also had quite a few. Timeless Relic picked up by Medusa.
And there it is. BKB on Enchantress.
But why? Does it make you happier now that it's actually in her inventory, or are you even angrier now?
No, I made peace with Enchantress and her item build in this game.
Okay, that's good.
I don't think she's gonna deal any more like damage with the BKB. You have a Centaur and Spectre in the front lines. I don't think you should be worried about you not having magic immunity. But
maybe he's playing Medic. He's gonna BKB, activate Nature's Attendants, and just run around his teammates.
Не поддерживают, так сказать, название своей команды. Magic Lamp и так, Кентавр пытается уйти.
As well as a Rupture. He's gonna Stampede, gets glimpsed back. A long way back. Tavo's kind of all alone. But Costabil wants to join in. He activates the reality. Blood Right's dropped. Both these two, oh, nice Supernova onto the high ground. They have no idea what this egg is. Nico Baby is destroying everyone with his BKB and the Rapier, obviously. And the Blood Rage. Activate the BKB and
that BKB.
Yeah!
13 секунд спектра, и похоже на то, что команда Alliance пойдут сейчас просто в трон и закончат.
And GG's called.
Не пришлось этого.
I thought the chances is gonna type GG, here comes the glimpse.
She will die.
No Ping played extremely for the first 15 minutes. Then they made 2 mistakes. Her Spectre was using the Haunt where team was not behind her, which caused the Spectre and gave Alliance ability to come back into this game, even though they got a couple of good kills on Spectre. It was, sorry, on